every one of you, you influence other people. And every single one of us, we have the responsibility, as I prayed today, that as followers of Christ, we're called to be disciples, to be learners, but we're also called to make disciples. That applies to me, that applies to Pastor Cody, it applies to all of our leadership, and it applies to every single one of you. You have the responsibility to make disciples. And what happens is people are in your life and they're going through something, and you know from your vantage point that they are in sin and that you need to call them on it. And it's at that moment where you run the risk of sugarcoating it, where you run the risk of, you know what, I just need to kind of sugarcoat this in their life. Not really tell them what they need to hear. I'll tell them more what they want to hear because, you know what, they're my friend and it's awkward. See, you got to remember what's going on here. See, we're in this place where Belshazzar, God's dealing with him in a severe way. God's given him this thing. His heart is hard. And what he's doing here, he's dealing with his conscience, and he's looking for somebody who's going to let him off the hook. He's looking for someone, hey, I want to buy some peace here. Daniel, are you for sale kind of thing? And what we need to understand is that there are two sides of the coin. There's the one side of the coin we talked about last week, and that is if you play the God squad in people's lives, they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to be ready to listen to you. If you just butt your nose into everybody's business, the God squad here, and you're in sin, and here it goes, and you just, if that's your approach, it won't be fruitful. But there's a time to speak. There's the other side of that coin when God says, okay, Daniel, you're on. They've called for you. And there's a time when you're going to be on. And if you come onto the scene and the person says, hey, I'm going through all this and my conscience is dealing with me. And if you sugarcoat it and you let them off the hook and you don't call sin, then you are not doing that person one single favor. The Bible says that faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.